Hey everyone, and welcome to my weekly check-in blog where I take you along for the weekend to see how I'm doing and what I'm reading. My name is Wiebke, and this year I'm trying to get myself out of survival mode. And you might have noticed that I'm not wearing running gear. That's because it's already midday. I went running and forgot to start the vlog. I've actually not been working since Thursday. I took 2 days off because I had a doctor's appointment and thought, let's make a long weekend. I thought about starting the vlog early and doing interesting stuff, but the most interesting thing I did was when I went to town on Thursday and went book shopping. I also bought new books. I definitely fell for covers. I mean, look at these stunning covers. I have no idea about the books. This is apparently a Korean classic. I've never heard about it. And this one is another book by the author that I've read, I think 4 other books by her now. Really enjoy her writing. And a German translation of White Nights. I don't know what gotten into me. I think I didn't fix the camera, so I'm sorry if it's moving around. But yeah, I bought a lot of short books after reading the same series for most of August and mostly listening to Oathbringer. I got stuck a little bit in the same story. Even though I'm enjoying the stories, I kind of need quicker change now. But that's all I basically did. I've been doing better on energy. I noticed that I feel less physically exhausted. I'm still tired, but in a different way than I was early in the month. So I do think that I'm improving a little bit, but I am struggling mentally a little bit. I mentioned last week that I did horribly on maintenance tasks, and I had planned to do a lot of deep cleaning this weekend, basically yesterday, so that didn't happen. I woke up and I was in a meh mood. I made myself go to the gym. I already canceled my gym. I don't remember if I told you, but I decided I'm not getting anything out of it that I wanted anymore. So it's too expensive to have as an option to do. And since I started the new job, I think I've been 3 times and I'm at the new job for 2 months now. So that's way too expensive. And going yesterday was another reminder. Another thing broke. They moved a machine that I liked. That's good for my back pain, and I couldn't find it again. So I don't know if they just got rid of it, if it broke or whatever. They are starting high rocks classes soon in the area that I'm usually using. So it sounds like it's going to be rearranged and busier, which is not something I am enjoying. And going yesterday, I did feel good going to the sauna and taking the time for myself, but I didn't really enjoy it. And I was thinking about that for someone who likes to exercise, I really enjoy exercising. I don't like going to the gym. And I have been going back and forth about doing more and more at home again and just ignoring the gym, even though I'm paying for it. Yeah, I don't know. And I've overall been thinking a lot. I feel I'm getting along fine, but that's also a sign of the survival mode. But on the other side, I feel that I don't know why anymore. Like everything is repetitive and you do the same things. You enjoy the things you do. Well, I try to do things that I enjoy doing. That's why I'm reading a lot. That's why I'm exercising a lot. That's why I'm going out a lot. And just trying to do things I like. But it also feels I'm stuck. I recently watched the new episodes or the new season of Limitless Live Better with Chris Hemsworth, and I think it's in National Geographic that they did that together. And the first season or edition of that program and concept, I really enjoyed. But this season felt a little bit more like I'm bored, but I'm popular and I have contacts, so I can practice drums with famous drummers and play with Ed Sheeran. And yeah, the episode that got me most was where he said he was just looking for the spark of joy and excitement again that you feel as a kid, or when he's watching his kids, how they are excited about things. And his solution is to climb a 200-meter wall in Switzerland in the winter. And I thought, maybe that's what happens. When everything is fine, you need a bigger thing. And the baseline of my life is fine, and I'm baseline fine. And nothing is that much more exciting. And I really don't feel like making it more exciting at the moment. Or do I not? I don't know. I'm rambling a lot. I actually don't know where I'm going with this. I'm in the middle of a process of figuring out what all of this means, is whether I should just accept that my days and the vlogs look like I don't do much. I read books and I maybe go to the park and exercise. And then I watch some shows, mostly the same ones because less stressful. Or if I want to do more. Today I thought about going to a different park that a friend of mine visited the other week for a festival or an event that was going on, and he was pretty much amazed at how nice it was there. By now the weather looks like it's going to be grayish, so I don't know if I want to go out and cycle to the other side of the city. We'll see. Running this morning was good, but a little bit shorter than I had planned. And I'm currently listening to, I think, the Monstrous Miss Mai. It's following a young Vietnamese American woman who got into a fight with her parents, so they kicked her out, and it's set in Los Angeles at the end of the 1950s. And she is looking for an apartment and a job now. So we see her finding an apartment, moving in with 3 other Asian American girls who all have the middle name May. And they have all been coaxed there, or what is the word? Negotiated, helped. And they have all found the apartment through this one man, Cullum, I think his name is. And he seems to be some kind of witch. There is a magic that is known around, or that's been warned about on the street, lurer or something. It sounds a little bit voodoo-like. And the Cullum guy is apparently a witch or a wizard of this magic, and he seems a little bit dubious the whole time. And the girls are struggling to find what they are looking for. They have different personalities. They're all on their own, some with more self-confidence than others. And our main character, Cordy, that we're following, she is trying to find a job desperately. So when things don't go right and the column guy offers that they could make their wishes come true with some kind of ritual, they agree, and things start to get better, especially for Cordelia, not for all the others. And currently she's on the verge of becoming a designer and enjoying that. But we have one girl, Audrey, who is very suspicious, and she didn't participate in the second ritual the girls took to further getting their dreams or moving further along. And somehow with every time they use the magic, they apparently change their appearance a little bit. So I don't know where things are going. As usual, I went into this book blind. I've had it in my audiobook library for a while because I bought it on a sale. And yeah, totally forgot what it was about. But I am enjoying it quite a lot. I enjoy the characters. I enjoy the discussions and questions they each have, and even though they feel stock character-y, they also bring in their own personalities so far. So I'm interested where this is going and what is going to happen with the girls and with the magic, and there is a sacrifice involved. I have no idea what that is yet. Other than that, I'm still reading the 4th volume of The Stars of Chaos. I'm hoping to finish that this weekend. And I am not sure if the 5th volume will be short stories in the world and with the characters, or if it continues the story, because I have the suspicion that the table of content wasn't downloaded correctly to my Kindle. So the book ends with a chapter end, but it doesn't have a page number. So usually the glossary and everything else comes after that. So I have no idea how many pages I have left. Either 100 or a bit more. But that's the plan for the weekend, to finish this volume so that maybe next weekend I can have a shorty reading and read some of the new short books that I bought. But now I need a nap. Sunday morning all of a sudden, and I didn't leave the house anymore yesterday. I got so distracted reading Stars of Chaos, thinking I could finish it, which I did, book 4, but it wasn't the end of the story. Like I suspected, the table of content was downloaded mistakenly or not completely, so I have about 200 pages of main story left in volume 5, and then about 200 pages of extras or short stories that are additionally. So now I'm off to Bremen. I hope I can film a little bit. I'm having lunch with my family and it looks to be a super nice day. I'm in a much better mood today and I feel all energized or full of things I want to do. I unfortunately watched someone prepare for marathon training, which had me thinking again, marathon, which is stupid. I know I lose interest in so much running along the way, but I would love to go more running if my body wasn't an aching pain all the time. Anyways, that's one thing I thought I would like to do. And then all the shiny books I saw people talking about and have seen lately makes me just want to sit down and read. Looking around my flat, I regret I didn't do the maintenance tasks and cleaned on Friday, but it's not going to happen today because all I'm going to do today is be on the road and hopefully finish Monstrous Miss May, because I have about 4 hours left and it's about 1.5 hours train ride there and back, and going to the train station, a little waiting time. Maybe I can manage. I hopefully can tell you how it ends or what's going to happen and how I like it later. So let's get on the road. Let's make quick use of the remaining daylight. It's 8 p.m. and I'm back from Bremen. I had a lovely day with my family. We had good food, walked around, went to this exhibition of a designer, and turns out he probably designed most of the everyday kitchen tools like cutlery and saucepans and butter dishes that we all had. It felt a little bit like looking at my mom's kitchen cabinets when we grew up. So that was a strange experience, but it was fun. And now I'm back home. I managed to finish listening to the Monstrous Mrs. Mai. And this is quite an interesting story, even though a little bit superficial in points. Like I mentioned, we have these 4 women who move into an apartment together. We're mainly following Cordelia, who is a young, insecure woman who was kicked out by her parents. And she's looking for friendship. She's looking to make money. She's good at designing clothes. She wants to be a designer and just mostly find work and appreciation and get valued for being her. And she's struggling with that a lot. So she lets the others, or rather one of the 4 girls who is the most impressive one, who she wants to be friends with and wants to be the best friend of and wants to be singled out by her. So she lets herself be talked into things that she doesn't really want, but the other girl can manipulate her, and things go pretty much awry. I mentioned before that there is a magic in town that is warned about, that's called Lura, but it is very tempting because it can grant you your wishes. So the girls make a pact or make a ritual where you give in a sacrifice and then your wish will be granted. But things don't go as easy as you might expect, and things get worse and worse and worse. And that is pretty much interesting. It's also interesting to see Cordelia question her relationship with Tessa, the girl that she wants to be her best friend and wants to be liked by, and all the choices that they make, all the things that happen to her in life, the people she meets. And it's a look at a little bit at society, who gets what hard work gets you. And yeah, like I said, very stock figure-y, very superficial in some points. It does have some nice ideas, it has some criticism, but it just scratches the surface and it doesn't feel new in a lot of places. I did like the ending though. I liked where everything went and how things were resolved and the decisions that Cordelia makes in the end. So it was a satisfying read. I think if you're interested, it would really do something for you. But I have to admit, I was getting restless and anxious on the train ride. So I kept speeding it up. And I don't know if it's because of the audiobook that it was so slow in unfolding and the things that were happening, or if it's just a restless and anxious state that I've been in for a few days. So take that with a grain of salt. And now that's it for this vlog. I also noticed that August is over, so I'm going to talk about Stars of Chaos once I finished the 200 pages in my August wrap-up. I'm also going to talk about the Stormlight Archive books that I've listened to this month and all the other things that I've read, which is just The River Has Roots, I'm just noticing. Anyways, that's going to come up next week sometime in my wrap-up. And now I would like to know, how was your August? How was your weekend? Did you have a nice weekend? Did you see family? Did you read something nice? Have you heard of the Monstrous Mrs. Mai? And yeah, let's talk in comments. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.